the chapters have been organized is in a lifespan approach where the disorders of childhood at the beginning, and the disorders more applicable to older adults like neurocognitive disorders, organicity, things like that, at the end of the book. You may have heard some of the controversy around autism spectrum disorders, so people who had Asperger's societies and Asperger's diagnoses now are just part of a continuum in autism spectrum disorder. And that was controversial, but it was an attempt to look at something that is true in all of DSM-5 this time, where they're really looking at, to some degree, the heterogeneity of diagnoses, that not everything is in these discrete, mutually exclusive diagnoses. In the DSM-5, they streamline classifications for especially bipolar disorder and depressive disorders. You may remember that there were separate major depressive criteria, manic episode criteria, hypomanic episode criteria. Now they have described these and sort of merged in a way, being more efficient rather than having them all separate in the three disorders. They describe those major aspects, major depressive episodes, manic episodes, and hypomanic episodes, and relate those to the three separate diagnoses. The special section that you'll find interesting to read is section 3, where they're looking at different models and measurements for future study of different diagnostic categories. So one I'll just mention quickly was there was some discussion about personality disorders. Maybe we should have a totally different method of looking at personality disorders. Because if you think about it, personality disorders really have a lot of common features to it. That when you look at personality functioning, that's much more on a continuum than it is discrete, mutually exclusive presentations. And the same with personality traits. And so you can read more about that in section 3, but you could have somebody who has anger problems and has impulse problems and has mood swings, and that's not just related to one particular personality disorder, borderline personality disorder. You could have some of that in antisocial personality. You could have different features of negative affectivity or detachment in a